Did it make it? Hey, it's Walter, the Blu-Grit Garage. I'm here with Anna.
Hello.
And we're working on her 1967 Mustang, the IV Menace. And a few videos ago we were mentioning went through two different sets of headers. One was because the guy modified it with a steering rack. The other one was supposed to fit, and it didn't. It still didn't clear the steering gearbox that we put in. And so we went with the cast iron exhaust manifolds. And I don't know if you can see right down here, we got about a little more than about a quarter inch clearance. So I'll put some insulation there to keep from cooking the grease out of the grease box or gearbox. And some of the progress, we got the power brake booster remounted. We had to replace the pedal assembly. So with the power brake pedal assembly, we didn't have the right pedal assembly in there. One interesting thing, we changed the vacuum line to the power brake booster. You had it running back there, so every time you gave it gas, it was moving the line around. It might be a little long, I'll trim it later. I'm just getting things closer bit by bit. And I guess you notice the proportioning valve just kind of hanging loose. They had it bolted up where the hood hinges were, so you couldn't put a hood on it. I thought that was kind of interesting. So I'll have to reroute some of the lines and put grommets, because he just ran it through the raw metal openings. So I'll have to put grommets where the metal lines go through. And the other thing is, we went and put a standard Mustang suspension or steering linkage, and I replaced the gearbox with a manual gearbox for a '68 Mustang with a collapsible steering. That was a bear getting that pitman arm off. And then I'm tightening up the outer tie rod ends. This has a Granada rear Granada disc brake setup instead of the 4-piston Kelsey Hayes, which is stock on '67, but they're kind of hard to get. And when I was tightening it up, the tie rod end, the ball was just spinning. It wouldn't tighten on this Granada spindle. Turns out it's the wrong tie rod end. You have to have a Granada specific tie rod end. You can see that little step right there. You can tighten that bolt as much as you want, but it hits the step before it crushes or pushes down on the spindle. So it's one of those things you got to check everything, and we're slowly but surely getting there. Have to redo all the brake lines. The guy didn't put any flares on some of them, or such a small flare is almost non-existent. So, but we're getting there. The only other thing, if we have time, if you change to that other steering, the 67 has a Spiral-matic. It's just a solid rod from the gearbox to the steering wheel. When you change it out to the collapsible, you have to have the part that goes in the firewall that clamps on the end of the steering column, because it's now you got a rag joint and all flexes, so you got a support at the steering column. The other one didn't have a support. So don't forget one of these. Thanks for watching.